Welcome to another edition of Expert Talks by Kalkine Media. I'm Sage, your host today. Our guest, though, is Art Shaikh. He's the founder and CEO of Circlet. Now, today's show is going to be especially interesting because Circlet is a trusted service that helps you send cards and gifts to loved ones for any future date or life milestone, even long after you're gone. And Circlet is a technology that allows people to chat, build their family trees and send cards to loved ones. They're unlike any technology that exists today yet. So here to tell us more about this innovative protocol is the founder and CEO, Art Shaikh. Welcome to the show, Art.
Hi, Sage. How are you?
Glad
nice to meet you, Ocean Perth.
Yes, I know. The world is made so small with the internet. So great to see you live.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm happy to be here. I know scheduling and stuff with your team, which was great to deal with, and here live. So happy to start.
And I mean, what a special mind you must have to come up with this innovation. It's something that we perhaps will think about in sci-fi stories. So we're very interested to get started with hearing your insights. Could you share with us today about how your organization helps people to build treasured heirlooms for their future generations?
Absolutely. Circlet's mission is to help people be there for their loved one now or any time in the future, whether it's a month, day, or decades from now. That's what our core business. Circlet allows people to do is to be able to come in and be able to create cards for their loved one, which they then have ability to tell us, hey, I want to deliver this on my son's 25th birthday, or I want to deliver this to my daughter on her wedding, whenever that will be, and give that to Circlet, and then Circlet takes guarantee to deliver those things in the future. One thing about future, we know everything is uncertain, technologies change and everything around that. So we wanted to build one technology where people can trust if they want something to be delivered to their loved ones in the future, they'll do it through Circlet. That was the first part of being there for each other, being able to be there for holidays, occasions, important dates, birthdays, graduation, and so on. Furthermore, Circlet allows you to actually curate your life story. So the idea is to help preserve you for your future generation. So 10 years from now or 30 years from now, that grandkid that may have never met you or your mom or your father will be able to come in, ask questions, learn about them, because that's what their family members have been able to do. They've been able to leave things for their future generation to learn from them.
Wow, that is a really valuable. And social media is widely used globally and has both pros and cons, and kind of can offer what your business brand gives, but it sounds like you go a step further. In your opinion, how is Circlet a healthy alternative to social media?
Yeah, so the social dilemma, I'll tell you, that dilemma is a lot bigger, right? So what ends up happening is over the years, Zuckerberg and company and everybody else over time has really turned us into a product. So basically, everything about us is up for sale. It just depends on who is the highest bidder. So Circlet has a very different spin to it. From day one, we were private, secure, we don't sell data and we don't show ads, and it is entirely free for people to use. So we didn't build this thing with all the corrupt intention social media, the direction social media ended up going, and which you see the downfall of it now. People are really escaping Facebook as fast as they can, and that journey is ending. So again, in the end, if you are going to sell your customer data, you're going to turn them into a product, there is going to be companies like us who's going to come in and say, no, we want to offer you a better alternate.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And did you say it is free to use?
Yeah, that's absolutely 100% free to use for anyone. So that is our promise. We stand behind this technology to keep it private, to keep it secure, not to show you ads, and don't sell your data. I get requests every single day by so many data brokers. We have over 5 million customers now on our platform using it. We safeguard our customers' data like it's me, my mom, and all. And they are all on the technology as well. So that's how our intention is. This technology was built from a very, We didn't build Circlet just like tech bros in some college. Hey, we want to get famous and build it. I was a founder in my 40s. I decided to build this thing because my father left a lot of these cards and messages and things that I have to deliver to my nephews and nieces years from now on his behalf, since he passed away in 2012.
Wow, thank you for sharing your personal story with us. So far you've said you've got about 5 million users. In what circumstances do you see people joining Circlet for the services mainly?
Yeah, 5 years ago, my whole intention was to build a technology that my family can use to communicate with each other and not be subject to data and everything else that happens around it. As we kept building, it kept growing. What we started seeing very early on, first group of people that came in, they were all the ones who either had battled cancer before or are battling cancer at current time. So anyone from that group that came in and start saying, oh my God, I find real use for this for my loved one because I may not be there. So that was the first one. After that, we started seeing Alzheimer community come in. So think about somebody who is on the early onset of dementia, and their memory and progression of that goes away over time, right? So they're using the technology to create cards where on they won't be able to remember those events for their loved ones. So they are doing it for that. Some of them are using the technology to help preserve things about themselves so they can remind themselves about who they were. So we saw these two groups came in very early on, besides my 300 friends on the first 10 days that came in and started using the technology and started growing. Then we saw cops, military servicemen, and we talked to a lot of them and we asked them, it's like, what is about this technology that is pulling you in? Their answer was that from a cop is, there's not a day that goes by that I leave for work, I don't think about what if I don't come here tomorrow, what happens to my kid, right? So people have purposes for this technology, but mostly I see it around their own loved ones because they want to be there now or in the future, and they know tomorrow is not certain, life is short, right, type of stuff. So they want to be able to do this because they know if they are no longer there on the 18th birthday, the kid is going to miss them. So here is, they may not be there, but they at least can be there with their message and that emotion behind that. So that's really for the recipient. That ends up becoming everything for them. Where I say this to people often, is like, wait till you get a message from a loved one that is no longer here. It will change your perception of how you look at this.
Exactly. It sounds like you're bringing the spiritual experience into the physical form. It really sounds amazing. Congratulations for this. Now, you keep your users' data safe, but your business is data-driven in regards to results and how you can improve your services. So how do you see the company effectively leveraging data to take it to the next level?
Yeah, so the two aspects to data, or data in US, it comes in from many different sources, right? Google has the analytics, Facebook has the analytics, and all that type of stuff comes in all different forms. Then you got to piece it together. So that data without good data visualization tool is just a lot of busy work, basically. So what I always say is anyone can make data-driven decision, but in order to make a decision, you got to be able to see the road. And that is where tools like Salesforce, analytics, data visualization tools help us not only bring in the data and be able to visualize and see, hey, where we need to help our customers, where the roadblocks are. And that's where how we use the data to actually deliver better customer service.
Okay, thank you so much. So as we reach the end of this very interesting discussion, Circlet is constantly innovating, bringing in new features to its patented technology. Can you please tell us, as we close off the discussion, some of the exciting features that will be released in the next few months?
Absolutely. One of the talking about data, right? So we started looking at data and start talking to our customers. They started telling us that, hey, they wanted to get off WhatsApp because of the privacy issues. So one of the biggest hindrance for them was we didn't have audio and video Wi-Fi calling. Okay. So we started working on it in 2 weeks. We will release that version, which will allow them, give them that. Not only that they came in now and they have the chat feature, but they also want to be able to do group video chats and stuff. So we are bringing that particular thing in a couple of weeks. After that, one of our biggest feature we are releasing is our ability child account. So it's quite different in that sense, because what we do is we allow grandparents and moms and dads to be able to create cards and send these things to kids, even though they are unborn or they are 6 months old or they are 3 years old. So there's no technology out there where you can actually be able to do that. Kids don't have the phone around it. So what we allow is moms to be able to create the child account. So what we see, a mom who's pregnant is coming in, creating a child account, and then she's inviting her parents and her in-laws to be able to create cards, because her thought is, maybe my parents or my grandparents will not make it to my son's wedding and all. So now this gives them ability to create that and give it to Circlet. When the kid is of an age, when the kid has a phone, then this account becomes a full-blown account and this get attached to that. So anything that the loved one leave will be delivered. So that is, we are extremely excited about this, because this is something our users were extremely asking for it, that, hey, my parents, somebody's terminally ill and they may not make it 3 years from now, and this kid is only 4 years old. How about that? What do you do? And we ended up building this feature, in which we are really excited about. And the last but not the least feature I'll tell you is our smart cards. So the way I can explain this easily is, imagine any future milestone in your loved one life. You don't know when they'll get married or when they'll graduate. But imagine if you can just give a company and say, here you go, deliver this video and this message or this picture or this flowers to my grandkid when he gets married or she gets married. Circlet takes that and deliver this. So that smart cards are the AI-based delivery system we ultimately had several years ago, well, maybe not several, 5 years ago, had even filed for a patent for it, which was granted to be able to deliver cards and gifts to loved one for future milestone, and where the date is unknown and the user is no longer alive. So that's really what we will complete the whole experience for the people, because it's just the future is uncertain and people want to be able to do those things right now rather than waiting 10 years from now.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. And just before you go, just out of curiosity, is there advertising allowed on your platform? Is that how you're generating some revenue in order to offer the free service?
I would love to say yes, because yes, the people that invested in the company would be very happy about it. But no, no, absolutely not. We just believe this, that in order this being able to deliver something for free, you have to break one of the, like, either you can't be a private, or you cannot sell that, you'll have to sell the data, or you'll have to show ads. If you don't do all this, you can't be free. So there are 4 legs to the stool. You have to break one of them. Our technology is completely funded by the commissions, small commission that is generated, where when a grandfather sends flowers 10 years from now to the kid, that will generate some commission to us, and that is enough for us to run a business.
Thank you so much for explaining that.
I'll tell you in the end, we're not built on capitalism where we're trying to come in and capitalize on this. What we are doing is we're trying to solve this problem for people. We know the bigger we get. I mean, last year we were at 1 million. We grew 400% in the last year. We expect to basically double this user base in the next 6 months. So we are growing so fast, there will be enough money from those small commission checks that will be generated to run a business that solves a big problem for people. So the idea is to do good and make money later.
Sounds great, Art. I'm very interested to find out more. I'm going to check out your site as soon as I can. Actually, before you go, would you like to share with the viewers any other information about how they can find out more about your platform?
Absolutely. We are quite public as a company. So if you have access to internet, anytime you will be able to go to circlet.com, circlet.com, or you can go to App Store, Circlet, and be able to find, or on social media, if you just search for Circlet, you'll be able to find us as well.
Lovely. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your insights. I really do appreciate it.
Sage, thank you for the opportunity. Really appreciate it.
And if you just joined us, we had a very interesting discussion about an innovative new platform called Circlet with the founder and CEO, Art Shaikh himself. For the full interview, please head to Kalkine Media's YouTube channel and keep on watching for more of these excellent expert talks and market insights. Till the next episode, keep it locked and stay apprised and invest wise with Kalkine Media.